Hey guys, this is Mrs. Nightmare here, and today we'll be reading chapter 2 of A Killer's Baby. Before we get started, please hit that like button, comment, subscribe to this channel if you guys want more creepypasta fanfictions out there. Until then, let's get started. He's back. Isabella's point of view. It's been 5 weeks have passed since that I seen that strange man known as Jeff the Killer. I almost completely forgot about him until today. I was just going to work from college classes. It was really late. I didn't realize the time what it was. It was in class. Oddly long day, especially since my teacher, who was here today or yesterday, if you were wondering, I'm studying to be a psychologist. I know it's strange, but I always wanted to help people with mental disorders, since my father had a mental disorder. He became completely insane because of it and committed suicide 3 years later. As I walked down to work with my headphones on, I suddenly felt like I was being watched. And I started to walk a bit faster, trying to look as normal, like I didn't notice until I accidentally bumped into someone. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see you in front of me. I should have watched where I was going. I'm so sorry. I hesitantly looked up until I saw him. It was this strange man from 5 weeks ago, Jeff the Killer. Oh, it's quite right, Isabella, he said with a quite chilling voice, sending chills up my spine. At first, I thought I was hallucinating, then I backed up a little. He looked exactly the same as before, but with a creepy cut smile. I started looking up at him. It was kind of strange. He was so tall, and it kind of made me feel weak. I stared into his cold, dead eyes, and then suddenly my phone rang, making me jump. I hurried and grabbed my phone, realizing it was my boss calling me. I looked at the time. I was an hour late. Before Jeff could say anything, I ran to work. When I got there, my boss looked furious. "This is the 7th time you're late this week," he yelled. "I'm sorry, my class had been long, and this month. I'm so sorry," I explained, as people in the cafe looked at us, whispering about a man yelling at a young woman, and then he rubs the side of his head. "This is your final chance, Isabella. If you come late to work one more time, it's best if you don't come to work. This is your final warning." He glared at me, and I just nodded my head and went to work in the kitchen. At work, I was in charge of making the cakes and sometimes cookies, even working in the cash register if I needed to fill in for someone today. My best friend Mia was working with me today, but she was supposed to be off, which made me kind of upset. She was always there to stand up for me. This whole day at work, I could think about that strange man. I keep zoning out to the point where my coworkers had to pinch me to the point that I almost burned the cookies. When it was finally time to go, I changed out of my work clothes and headed back in to get my other clothes, and then grabbed my bag and walked out of the cafe. It was almost midnight, and the cafe always closes at 10:30, but there is always stuff that has to be done before closing. I have to clean and pack up stuff and change. As I walked past the cafe into an alley, I saw a kitten meowing in pain. I hurried over and picked it up. I saw its leg was bleeding. Oh. I ran, holding it in my hoodie closely. When I got home, I hurried and cleaned and wrapped the leg in the bandages. "There you go, little kitty. Let me get you some milk," I said with a smile. Without thinking, I walked into the kitchen and I saw him again. I was about to scream, but he covered my mouth. "Shush, or I will have to put you to sleep," he said threateningly, and I nodded, and then he let go of me and sat on the couch. I just stared at him and then went to the kitchen to grab a jug of milk and poured it in a small bowl, and then sat in front of the kitten right beside the bowl as it started drinking the milk. Jeff suddenly got up and walked over to see the kitten and then started petting it. "What an ugly thing. Dogs are better," he said. "No, cats are better." He looked at me. "Dogs. Cats." We both stared at each other. "Dogs. Cats. Dogs. Cats." This went over and over again for about 10 minutes or so, until finally we both agreed to disagree. Despite how he looks, he actually is a kind of nice, expect the whole threatening to kill me at sometimes. I made something to eat and then I sat on the couch turning on a movie, and he kindly sat next to me watching the movie. In the middle of it, I fell asleep without realizing, on his shoulder. Hey guys, you guys made it to the end of the video. That's great. Before you leave, I have an announcement to make. The winner of this poll I posted a couple of weeks ago is none other than Masking Hoodie. So please be on the lookout for the next Masking Hoodie fanfiction that will be posted after the completion of Don't Go to Sleep, a Jeff the Killer love story, Free Me, a Ben Drown love story, Forever Yours, Slender Man, or A Killer's Baby. And also, guys, if you guys want to send your fanfiction, your own creepypasta fanfictions to me, the link to my Instagram or email is in the description box below. If you guys have any stories you want me to read on this channel, along with showing the fan art of the creepypasta crew. Until then, bye.